everybody, Allie with Novella Bloom. Happy Tuesday. It is the last week in April and it's go time in the garden. It's been a few weeks since I have posted a video on YouTube, and I've been hearing from some viewers that you would really like to see me on camera more. So the camera that I was using, I was kind of having a tough time getting myself on camera and recording at the same time. I'm now using my husband's kind of camera setup, and I'm having much more luck, so that's good. But anyway, I have posted a few pictures of this bed that I'm working on Instagram and Facebook, and I thought, I should just take a quick video so you can kind of see the whole thing in one shot. That's what I'm doing. So if you're not familiar, we live in a zone 8B in the Pacific Northwest in a little town called Burleigh, Washington. Burleigh is right between Port Orchard and Gig Harbor. And if you're not familiar with that area, we are like 15 minutes from Tacoma, 45 minutes from Seattle, and it's just a beautiful area. When I first started gardening, we were living in the Santa Cruz Mountains in California, and some of the plants that I grew there, I'm growing here as well. But we also lived in the middle of a redwood forest, so it was a lot of shade to part shade. I didn't really have much full sun area on our property. We also lived on a mountainside, so that's where I learned to garden on like a slope, on slopes. And here we are on flat ground. We are at the top of a hill and just open blue skies. When we lived in Santa Cruz in the mountains, if you wanted to see blue sky, you had to look straight up because we were surrounded by redwood trees that were 100 plus feet tall. Here you can just look straight out to the horizon and you can see open skies. We also have a lot of big trees here as well. We're surrounded by Doug firs, madrone trees grow well here. What else? I think those are the two main trees on our property. Yeah. So let me show you this area. This big kind of tree right here is called a burning bush, and it emerges with these beautiful green leaves, and then as the weather starts to get cooler and we move more towards fall, they turn to like this brilliant fiery red. And it's just absolutely stunning in the fall for sure. Birds love to build little nests in there. We did not prune it or shape it this spring. We used to have a big blue spruce. I don't know if you can see, but where that Proven Winners can is, that is the stump left over from the blue spruce. So we cut that down last year because it had attracted some kind of evergreen disease that a lot of like evergreens around here have been getting. Also, it was like 40 years old, and from what I've read, blue spruces don't, at least the ones that you grow in like a home garden, don't really live more than 40 years. I'm sure there's some out there that have lived longer, but ours, like 3/4 of the tree was dead. So We just cut that down ourselves. You can also see the little shrub underneath the burning bush. That's a Let's Dance Can Do big leaf hydrangea from Proven Winners. Came out of that can. And I had that in the flower farm last year. I was going to plant it there, but my plans over there kind of changed. I had like a perennial part and then an annual part in the flower farm, and I'm kind of leaning more towards more annuals out there. So any perennials that I had out there that didn't do very well, I have moved them out into the landscape. So yeah, and then next to the burning bush, this other green shrub is a juniper, and I guess I didn't know this, but junipers, like the top level, that's a nice shot of my hand, the top level gets nice green growth every year, and then the bottom part dies, I guess, or turns brown, or maybe that's my error, I don't know. But we haven't sheared that either, and we're just kind of letting it go to see how big it gets. And then excuse me, next to that right here is a Crimson Queen Japanese maple, and Japanese maples do really well planted next to junipers. That's another thing I wanted to mention. When I start thinking about and designing a new garden bed, there's a couple things that I consider, like, for sure. So I love seeing structure in the winter garden. So I oftentimes, or I always start with winter interest, and I make sure that I am happy with what I've planted for winter interest first, and then I fill in with other like ornamental trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals, bulbs. Winter interest doesn't have to just be a tree or an evergreen. It can be statuary, benches, really anything that is beautiful to look at in the winter when everything else is kind of just dormant and not looking very nice. So yeah, we've got the Crimson Queen Japanese maple, and then under that I have planted the white blooms are Candy Tuft. It's Iberis, I think is how you say it. I'm not sure. But it's a really beautiful ground cover. It does spread quite easily here. I also have it planted in another bed that I'm working on, a bed that's more like rocky soil and just really kind of hard to find plants that thrive in that kind of condition, and the Candy Tuft is doing great. And then next to that, or kind of in front of that, is my weeping cedar. So this will grow to be, oh gosh, I don't know, maybe 40 or 50 feet tall. So it's got that nice kind of weeping habit right here. And my husband picked that one out. So that was our replacement for the blue spruce. And then, let's see, over here is some salvia. So this kind of pink flower down here. Let me see if I can get a better shot. That pink kind of pointy flower is salvia. And then planted behind that is just your traditional classic iris. When we first moved into this house, we had a whole like bed of iris, and I wasn't really into iris at that time, so I pulled them all out. Yeah, and I just threw them into the woods, and I kick myself every gardening season for doing that. So I decided to get some more. Oh, and plant them. Oh, hi, birdie. I am close to one of their nests, so they're not very happy with me. This weekend I had like a hummingbird come and almost like run into my head. So anyway, yeah, that is the, sorry, that's the area that I'm working on right now. And I am just having a lovely time in the garden. So happy that I could bring you along to show you how it's looking. Oh, and this tree right here is a weeping cherry, and it's the first big like tree, ornamental tree on our property to bloom, and it's stunning. So on the other side of that, I have like some lavender, some Daphne from Monrovia. I think it's Perfume Princess that I just absolutely love. It's covered in white blooms. I have a Midnight Marvel perennial hibiscus. That doesn't bloom until like midsummer. But it's a beautiful, like striking red color. And then I have a landscape rose. I think it's called Bubblegum. It's a beautiful pink color. And some hydrangeas, and then some other things. So I will do a video on that bed soon. And yeah, you can see our raging red dogwood up there just above the weeping cherry. I posted a picture of that on Instagram. And yeah, so thanks for coming along today, and I hope that you've had a great week so far. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.